Hello. I've been ranting and raving for quite some time now, if you haven't been watching this. But if you have, I'm sorry and thank you at the same time. 'Cause I know how annoying it is. Show him. Show him what you're doing. Show him. That's what we do. We hit keys. Yes. I'm so glad that you have revealed the truth. Yes. Yes, that's what we're here for. The sun is so bright. That's how I feel about that. Now, I'm getting up off of this tree bark that I've been sitting on for over an hour. By choice, by choice. Tree bark didn't rape me. I chose that.
You chose that.
I chose it. I walked into that hotel room. Words cannot express how much I hate celebrities. You know how much you guys in the vortex that aren't watching this, because if you hate Donald Trump, there's no way that you could stand me. I hate celebrities as much as they think they hate Donald Trump. And I know the reasons why, and I can tell you. But I'm not going to, because, well, I don't really know that much. I just know enough that I made my assessment that they're no bueno. Okay? But a lot of people, they idolize. They idolize somebody all because they're starring a movie, or they idolize somebody all because they wear a Dolce & Gabbana dress and they walk around the red carpet and people ooh and ah. Why do they do this? I've been trying to figure it out my whole life. I used to watch the Academy Awards, and then I quit because I realized like how propagandized it was. And I was a liberal when I realized that, which is kind of weird, since liberals, you know, they don't know diddly squat about anything. But I guess I wasn't a true liberal. You know, I had a conservative friend that tried to tell me that I didn't sound like a liberal. And then, you know, I had a liberal friend that told me I don't sound like a libertarian. So I guess I'm truly a paleocon, or whatever they call it. I don't want to offend Nick Fuentes, though, because I'm quite in awe of him. So I think that there are various definitions of a lot of things, especially now, considering, you know, that language is out. Nobody knows what anything is. They did that for a reason. It's called gaslighting. Once they throw out a bunch of shit, you don't know what anything means anymore, and you're more likely to accept things that aren't real. You're more likely to accept things that aren't actually happening. So I can tell you, though, that the reason why I'm so DIY is because I'm more conservative, and I don't think that they're very good representations of that anywhere. Now, I'm also conservative because I've made a lot of really terrible decisions in my life, and I know that this is the right way. This is the right way because it's the only way that works. I've been a lot of other shit, and I can tell you that it wasn't positive at all. These people want to act like they give a fuck about stuff. They haven't read a book in like over a decade, but they want to act like they know how things work. Yeah, I've worked in the restaurant industry for like 15 years almost. And there's a lot of shit that we know from working at a restaurant. You know, it's funny because it's like stuff that conservatives been saying for a long time. Like, Ann Coulter's been talking about this shit for a long time. And I didn't really see it. Like, when I first started working in restaurants, I didn't see it, but I definitely see it now. And it's nothing against immigrants, I love them. But the government needs to do something about that. If they actually build that wall, I will be surprised. But it's not so much about the wall as it is about, you know, legal immigration. They need to stop doing that shit too. They say 10-year moratorium, I would go higher than that. I would say until we figure this shit out, until we figure out how this country is supposed to work, until we go back to republic. A lot of people hate the founding fathers. Okay, so I'm going to say something that's probably controversial, but I don't think that Thomas Jefferson was a racist. And I'll tell you why. He was banging one of his slaves, okay? People that hate black people don't have sex with them, okay? She had his kid. She had his kid. And the newspapers were like gossiping about this shit. I read this in like a history book that was written by a liberal. So in case you want to accuse me of lying, it was written by a liberal. But no, I mean, he was banging this chick. And there was proof that he was banging her. It doesn't make sense to like bring a mixed kid into the world if you're a racist. It just doesn't make sense. So, a lot of times people complain about stuff in the past and they say, well, they did this, they did that. They did this and that because it was part of society. You do this, and you do that, and you do this, and you do that because this is part of society. This is just another form of slavery. Doesn't make any fucking sense to me why people want to complain about the past when they're not doing anything right now that could positively impact their future. They just want to complain. They want to complain about all this stuff that makes no sense to complain about because they don't want what's best for them. Sorry, I had to spit. It's all the fucking toothpicks. But anyway, you guys like how I'm just like walking around? I feel like I'm on more drugs, but I'm not. There's nothing wrong with drugs and alcohol. You just got to learn how to do them right. They don't want you to learn how to do anything right. Then they can tell you how to do stuff. If you don't figure it out on your own, it doesn't mean anything. So you'll keep buying whatever they're selling. Sorry, I keep seeing glitches. Because you keep fucking with the camera, man. Yeah. I don't think I could have a cameraman, baby. I think you're my only cameraman. Thank you. Because anytime that I try to do this for other people, I just get real skittish. Because I thrive by myself. That'd be cool if I could meet somebody that I felt that comfortable around. But I don't know if that'll happen. I do believe, though, that if God wants me to be with somebody, that person will enter my life, and I won't be able to deny them and the threshold they have over me. Anyway, I am enjoying this morning, you guys. This morning is a beautiful morning. It's like that song, that Oldies song. I listen to a lot of oldies because I hate modern society. Have I mentioned this? So I listen to songs from yesteryear that are a lot happier than the songs now. Because, in case you haven't noticed, everything just keeps getting progressively worse. The fact that they use progressively as an adverb, is it? Yes, I believe so. They use it as an adverb to describe when things go downhill. Isn't that interesting? I think that's interesting. Progress is not progress. Okay. There are people out here now, and I think I have to go vortex. Because they were like looking at me, and they're probably really confused. Like, what the hell is she doing? Why does she have a keyboard on that tree bark? You see? It's my keyboard on the tree bark. You see that? That's my Bible on the tree bark. You see that? That's my Trump mug. It's my Trump mug. You guessed it, on the tree bark. Yeah, we gotta go before they call the police. The thing is, I'm pretty sure the cops support Trump. I'm pretty sure at this point that all police officers support Trump, so I got no problem telling cops that I get high. I got no problem telling them that. This one time a state trooper pulled me over, and he told me that my car smelled like the movie Friday. And I said, of course it does, officer. We smoke marijuana in this car every single day before we go to work. In fact, I just smoked a joint. They don't know what to do when you're honest like that. They don't know what to do because they feel bad. See, honesty makes people feel bad. Because if they have a conscience, it's like, oh no, I'm not that honest. It's like, dude. Honesty really is the best policy. I don't really like Jordan Peterson anymore, but he did say something about that. Like how he said, always tell the truth because it's better than the alternative. I think he said something along those lines, and I completely agree with that. Like, it just makes logical sense to tell the truth. People that lie, that's not in their best interest to do that, because eventually that lie is going to come out. That's why I don't delete my stuff, even if I'm ashamed of it, even if I think I'm full of shit, even if I think I'm fucking stupid and I look terrible. I'm not going to delete that because God saw it. God saw it. Why can't everybody else see it? You know? That's why I don't understand why people, like, they want to act like, oh, nobody knows. Like, well, God knows. So I guess I just have that very instinctual, spiritual presence or whatever you want to call it. Like, it's just so obvious to me that people lie to themselves when they think, oh, nobody's watching. They lie to themselves when they think, oh, nobody saw that. They lie to themselves when they think that they can get away with anything. Huh, think about that later, baby. Think about that later. You're going to think about this. You're going to think about this for a long time. If you know what I mean. I don't think that you do, but you might. I sound like a guy because I have voices, okay? They say their voices in your head. That's bullshit. It means you have the voices. They want you to believe everything that they tell you. Fuck that. Fuck that. Do your own research. Come up with your own conclusions. Now, if you come up with a conclusion that's similar to their conclusion, that's fine. But at least you did the research, right? It smells so good out here. I wish that I could like transfer this smell into the vortex and you could understand it and you could feel it. It would be like a scratch and sniff, you know? Scratch and sniff videos on YouTube. Well, who knows? I mean, they come up with a lot of shit. Why do they come up with that, you know? That sounds like a great idea. Scratch and sniff this tree bark. It smells good though. It just smells so good to be out in nature, man. Like, I don't care if it smells bad. If it's like a naturistic smell, I love it. I appreciate it so very much. I need a mountain man. That's what I need. More than anything. Some guy that's cool with me wandering off into the woods and talking to God for God knows how long. Literally. Because we do that. We just wander off and talk to God. We've always done that. Forever, man. Yeah. Yeah, I probably should get out of here, man.